You're fired today at the Legends Bentley Motors Limited in Crewe. I'm here for the Alsager Railway Association Model Rail Exhibition, which is just in that building right behind me. So I'm going to head in now and see all the layouts that are on display at this Model Railway show. So now that we're inside, let's take a look at the layouts, and the first one we're looking at is Hassell Harbour Bridge. This impressive O-gauge fine-scale layout, which was inspired by the bridge over the River Wear in Sunderland, and is operated by the Alsager Railway Association to demonstrate a safe space on O-gauge layouts while keeping trains continuously running. Tanner's Hill. This N-gauge layout, built by Steve Farmer, is a small compact N-gauge layout based around the Southern Region's third rail during Network's Southeast days around the New Cross area.
Just looking at
Thewall, another N-gauge layout by the Warrington Model Railway Club. The station once part of the Warrington and Altrincham Junction Railway, but sadly the station closed in 1956, and the line beyond Latchford is now part of the Trans-Pennine Trail, which can walk that former railway line.
What's the that they produced? That's
what that they produced?
well, at the time when they had to that's if they put on block of leaflets, they always take them. I never discussed that.
Coketown. This impressive N-gauge layout was built by Dave Pallant and based on the town made famous by Charles Dickens' novel Hard Times, set in Lancashire, and is on the West Coast Bay Line and is DCC controlled layout. Smethurst Junction, a double O gauge layout by the Hazel Grove Model Railway Society and set in the northeast of Manchester during the privatisation of the 1990s. Nazareth Portland. This N-scale layout by Phil Baggley is based on the cement works in the northeast Pennsylvania in the USA around the 1970s and is fully DCC operated.
Yeah, see. Smalldale Quarry, another N-gauge layout between Buxton and Chapel on the Frith, just east of Dove Holes. Even though the quarry is popular with rock climbing,
The layout is what could have been layout during the 1970s into the 1980s and is also operated by DCC. Falahill, another of the Engage layouts on display and built by Karl Smith and based on Stowe Station, which was a station on the Waverley route in Scotland between 1964 to 1969. The buildings are scratch built by Bill Taylor. Wardwood, a double-O gauge layout between Barnsley and Wakefield in Yorkshire between 1968 to 1975, when steam has finished. The station is set in a busy market town and is built by Ian Wardwood.
It uncoupled. I went that slow, haven't we?
Bluish. This 3mm layout by Phil Mason is a layout which was inspired from Reddish depot that served the Woodhead route, and that depot also lied on the Falahill loop line in the BR Blue period. The baseboard was left over after a house renovation. St Margaret's Wharf, a 7mm gauge layout by Christopher Meaney, is a layout set in the North Midlands towards the English side of the Welsh border, set in the 1920s, and was built to serve goods and produce to and from the Quarry. New Chapel Golden Hill. Chris McCready's double O gauge layout is a double track section set at the north end of the Potteries Loop line, which opened in 1874 by the North Staffordshire Railway and closed in 1976, with the layout built using photos from the 1960s.
She just got out of the car.
Jesus.
Don't give me a clue. Let me think about it.
Brinklow, an N-gauge layout by Wayne Webb. It is a former railway station on the Trent Valley Line, part of the West Coast Main Line between Stafford and Rugby during the 1950s into the 1960s.
soon.
Bluebell Cutting, the 8th and final end gauge layout, which was at the show, and is part of the Alsager Railway Association, but was built by the late Steve Laudes, which is a fictional rules setting in a cutting with the canal. The canal is the centrepiece of the layout and looks like the same colour you find in the Hare Castle area in Staffordshire. Wharf Rail, a double-O gauge layout by Graham Morefoot, is based on a rail production plant in the north of England, which steel billets arrive from Scunthorpe and then processed and rolled into rail sections in the works.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got the
Loaded ones already on.
yeah.
Stumbleton Castle. This double-O gauge layout is a small town called Stumbleton in the county of Duddon on the mainland, with the castle as the main tourist attraction, and the town is close by to beaches and marshes where you can see on a clear day the island of Smalldale. It also has links to Smalldale and the National Rail network. Gressley Bridge. This double-O gauge layout based on the direct rail services Gressley Bridge in Crewe, between Crewe and Nantwich. The layout attempts to look and feel of the modern day operation, The layout was originally designed by Chris Fordham, but currently operated by Mark Davis. It has been an awesome day, and if you want to go to the Alsager's Model Railway Show, they're back next year on the 8th and 9th of November 2025. And I'd like to say a huge thank you to the Alsager Railway Association and the Model Railway YouTube community group for the invite. Also thank you to the people who had their layouts exhibited, as their layouts are impressive. And finally, thank you to everyone who has watched this video.